So today we're gonna make tomato pasta. It's a very simple and cheap but also healthy kind of food. And the only ingredients you're gonna need is a little bit of garlic that I already frozen before, so it's the frosting and I'm gonna cut. And then some chili flakes, olive oil of course, and some tomatoes. I, for convenience, just use canned tomatoes, but to make sure to get like, you know, quite of like a good and healthy product, make sure you buy whole tomatoes in a can, and make sure that the only ingredients that you can find are just like tomatoes and tomato juice. That's the only ingredients that a good tomato, canned tomato, should have. Of course, there are others, like for example, this one has preservatives, so I try to avoid this one, but it was the only one I could find in the moment, so with a good price. So I just got this one. And of course, we're gonna need tomato concentrate, like tomato paste, which is just like tomato and salt. Yeah, it's just tomato concentrated with tomato and salt. Okay, so first of all, I have a pan here already warm, and I'm gonna put some olive oil to make a sofrito. Sofrito is just like, you know, when you pan fry some things that give extra flavor. So for example, now I'm just gonna cut this garlic in like tiny pieces. And we fry them for a little bit. I'm gonna move you guys here so you can see closer. So okay, here we have, oops, they're already getting fried here. We have the garlic, and I'm gonna add a little bit of chili flakes. Let me put it here first, so that we don't put too many. Oop. And we fry them a little bit. Meanwhile, we have some water here that is boiling, or like going to boil, it's like heating up. Put some chunks of salt and let it boil. Okay, so now that they're like nice and fried, it's time to add the tomatoes. Okay. Oh no, it opened like this. Okay, no problem. Okay, but then thankfully I have a can opener, so, and this is still warm, so I just don't want to burn the garlic. So let's open this can. How do I remove this? Oh my gosh, it went down. Oh, messy. Oh my gosh, let's take a fork then. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then pour here. Ooh, mess. We don't waste anything, so put a little bit of water in here to make extra salt. Put it away and put it back on the heat. So here's the nice tomatoes. And then we open the other can. Hopefully this isn't gonna break on me. Okay, this went well. We add the other whole tomatoes. A little bit of water to clean everything and put it here. The magic trick that grandma taught me is to add, actually I don't need a spoon, is to add a little bit of tomato concentrate. So I'm gonna add like a spoonful, like this much, in the mix here to give extra flavor while this cooks. And another trade secret is to, this maybe I discovered on my own actually, just to add a little bit of sugar. And I'm so lucky that a person that I know brought me this sugar cane directly from Costa Rica, and I'm almost finished, but I'm gonna use a little bit of this into the sauce, just like half a spoon, just to give extra sweetness to neutralize the bitter, or like the acid of the tomato. And of course a little bit of salt, pinch of salt, like this. That's all you need. Of course, depending on how you like it, just like adjust accordingly. Just gonna mix and let it cook while we wait for the pasta water to start boiling so that we can make the pasta later. So yeah, I'm gonna put a lid here and see you soon. Okay, it's been a few minutes and the tomatoes are getting more cooked, so it's time to break them apart. I just break them like this. So that the sauce is more creamy. While we wait that the water boils here, it's almost boiling, then we're gonna grate some cheese, parmesan, and then we're gonna wait the pasta. I'm gonna use 200 grams of pasta. Okay, so now the water is boiling and we're gonna add I'm gonna choose spaghetti today. Turn on the fan, sorry for the sound. Okay, so it's been 8 minutes and the pasta is ready, so I'm gonna turn off the heat. The tomatoes are still cooking, and I didn't mention it, but it's a medium heat, not full heat, otherwise you're gonna burn things, the tomatoes and the garlic and everything. So I am gonna save some of the pasta water in a cup. Oops, little bit, and I'm gonna pour out the water here. Okay, this is done. Oops. This is here, and you know what, I was thinking to put in the tomatoes in here, but I think I'm gonna put the pasta in the tomatoes. I can turn off the heat of the tomatoes as well and pour the pasta in the mix. Putting everything away. Okay. And mixing. So now we're gonna have to cook a little bit the pasta here with the tomatoes so that they absorb the juice and are gonna get much more flavorful. So, do like this. Of course, I would recommend tasting the sauce before you mix the pasta in, not like I did right now, but because I didn't taste it, but if just do it, you know, and make sure to wait before you try, because this is extra hot. With so the pasta used is not the most expensive or the best in the market, but I would say it's just fine. But if you really want to be like extra, then you can take a little bit more expensive pasta. And here in Norway we have, it's not so expensive, but like 40 kroners, which is around like €3.50 for half a kilo pasta. I would say it's quite expensive, but if you really want to be fancy, then you can take the pasta rummo, like this one here. This one is pretty good. Maybe I should have used this one. Oh well, but I would suggest using like this one, when especially I use fancy pasta when I make a fancy sauce. For example, when I make carbonara or when I make pasta with pesto, then I really like to use a very nice pasta so that the whole experience is more luxurious, even though it's like at a fraction of the cost of like any Italian restaurant here in Norway. So I would say it's pretty good, and also better pastas, like better quality pastas, they absorb more sauce. While this one here, you can see that it's like pretty white. but yeah, the more you cook it, the better. But also the better quality pasta, then the more juice the pasta will absorb when it's cooking here. So yes, and also while I wait for the sauce to make, it took like 10 minutes. Same for the pasta water to boil. For the water to boil, it took also like 10 minutes. So in this time, I don't know, take my time to do some things around the house so that I, make the most out of the time. Since also I have ADHD, or like I have undiagnosed ADHD, so we're not gonna be for sure. I'm gonna add a little bit of pasta water. So it helps me to have like a timer or like a countdown when doing tasks, for example. So I would recommend, tackling other things. If you have like a to-do list, then I would say, do that. Do something in that to-do list while you wait for the sauce to be made or for the water to boil. And it took literally like 10 minutes. So that's really nice. So I would say it's pretty good. Like it's good mixed. So ready to be put into the plate and served. Okay, so we take our dish and we put it into the dish. Take a little bit of pasta and a lot of sauce, because I love my sauce. It would be even better to add some basil leaves if you find them on top. But here it is, and of course we gotta add the parmesan, and I love a lot of parmesan. Ready to be eaten.